What's up, folks? Hope you're all doing well. Now I'm coming at you with another one on the Daylight Protocol. Now, by the time I publish this, we're gonna have 2 days before the public pre-sale opens. I'm gonna touch base actually in this video on the public pre-sale just to give a few pointers and a few things that I would like to discuss. Also, I'm gonna highlight again all the burn mechanisms that the protocol has put in place. I mentioned everything in my previous video. I'm gonna leave a link below if you wanna check how the structure works altogether, but I'm gonna give numbers so you could potentially understand how all of these things will interact. And I'm also gonna talk about my personal strategy going forward after launch. So don't go anywhere. Alright, so first things first, let's talk a bit about the public pre-sale. Now, we still have 2 more days before this happens. The metrics are visible right in front of you, no point in repeating those out, but very straightforward. Connect your wallet, approve BUSD, contribute BUSD, and then you're in. Now, if you're new to the protocol and you don't know how it functions altogether, I have a link in the description to a video I've made about them, where I detailed all the new updates and how everything works in regards to the structure. So be sure to check it out if you want to do more research about the Daylight Protocol. So the one I have in front of me is a customized DeFi Ascension pre-sale link. I'm gonna leave a link to this in the description below as well, and I'm gonna also pin it in our Telegram channel. Now, if you haven't joined the DeFi Ascension Telegram channel, I advise you to do so. A bunch of cool guys. We talk about a lot of things, crypto, DeFi, and we have many teams running over there as well. So check us out if you haven't already. And if you do decide to contribute using the DeFi Ascension powered pre-sale link, there's gonna be future incentives. I'm not gonna disclose them here. I'm just finalizing the bullet points. I'm gonna also put them in the Telegram chat. So check all of these things out, do your research, and then decide if you want to join the public pre-sale. Again, link is gonna be below. Alright, so that was about the public pre-sale, and I just wanted to mention one more thing. If you have questions regarding anything about the project, if you watch the video or any other material and you're unsure about a few mechanics, you can DM me directly and I'm gonna answer you, and we can have a cool discussion about this. So one important thing, and perhaps the most important thing that basically revolves around the protocol itself, are the burn mechanisms that are gonna be applied in order to keep appreciating the price and remove a lot of the supply from circulation itself. So I wanted to show in numbers how these things are gonna be implemented, because I did mention them in my previous video, but it was a mention of what they will be implemented, but numbers give us a better idea and a better insight of what we can expect into the future. And like I said, I'm going to also touch base on my strategy as well. So there are about 5 mechanics that are going to be removing the supply from circulation. So a bit of the token supply from circulation whenever there are transactions being done. So I'm talking buys and sells as well. So we have the floor price. So that's the new function that they introduced, where you can essentially redeem the token, redeem BUSD for whatever Daylight token you have, burning them in the process and redeeming them from the floor price that is usually lower than the market price. As per the normal business of the protocol itself, there is the redeem buyback function, which I also explained. There is the sell burn. There is a burn, literally sending tokens out of circulation. So all of these 3 functions are part of the tokenomics, so the tax portion. And there's also a treasury where it accumulates funds and then it buybacks and burns the tokens and the token in the process as well. Now, I did lay out a small scenario, but again, this is an assumptive scenario, so this is speculation. Don't take these metrics as absolute metrics, but this is a small scenario where you can expect and where you can see and get an idea how all of these things are going to interact. So with an ideal launch price of $1, I did put the floor price of $0.4 because we know for a fact that it's going to be much lower at the start of the protocol, so at launch, because is going to be backed up by a fund that will be essentially cut from the pre-sale allocation, about 70% or so. So assuming that the total supply will end up at 1 million, again, the total supply is not something we know as of yet. We need to wait for the public pre-sale to see how much will be contributed to that, so we can get an idea of what is the total supply, but we know it's going to be fixed / deflationary. And assuming on the first day we're going to have $100,000 worth of buy sells 50-50, so that would equate about 100k in DAIL token if the IDO launch price is at $1. But again, even though that happens, the fluctuation is going to be different, so the price will not remain at $1 even with an even buy sell volume. Again, just for the sake of simplicity, we're going to take that with a grain of salt. So that's how much our daily volume will be on day one per DAIL, right? So the basis of this number is the DAIL token itself. Now, taking that into consideration, applying the percentages in regards to the taxes, for example. Now, I'm not going to touch base on the floor price sell burn because this manually will come into place once people decide to arbitrage if the market price falls below floor price. So on day one, I don't think that will happen, so we're gonna keep that out of the equation. Now, concerning the redeem buyback, overall with buy taxes it's 5%, so since it's 50-50, it's gonna be applied absolutely on the 100k, and then it's 5%, but that amount will go and then we'll buy back the token right here, redeemed for the floor price, so that will give us 2000 BUSD, and then you buy back the token at the dollar, and then you burn 2000 overall. So you have a 7000 amount of tokens that will be burned out so far just from the tax redeem buyback portion. Now the sell burn is a bit more effective in regards to it's gonna sell that 5%, then use those tokens to buy back the token. So for BUSD you sell them 5000, then you buy back, and then you burn the tokens again. So that's essentially a 2 times effective buyback and burn type of scenario. A bit more effective than the redeem buyback, but it's still overall so far that's how much we have burned. And then if you take the flat 10% burn of the tax portion, that's about 10k. And concerning the treasury, now again, this is not something that we can 100% speculate on, but there is a 0.5% because Daylight is trading on its native DEX, so there is a 0.5% that will be taken out as revenue and then will be used to buy back the token and burn it, and also to do a buyback and burn. So one is from the treasury, one is completely separate from the DEX. So it's 0.25 and 0.25, so 0.5%, so that's about 500 tokens if we're talking on the basis of 100k Daylight tokens. So add all of these things together, you're gonna have a potential of 27,500 tokens out of this 100k burned out of circulation and from the total supply. So that's about 27.5%. So again, that's a lot of tokens being taken out just from one day of trading. Now, of course, if there are more buys, this percentage is going to be decreased because the sell tax is 4 times higher than the buy tax, but when there's more buys, your price will increase. So that's price appreciation. If you have more sells, that percentage will increase, and thus we're gonna burn more tokens, which also will aid in price appreciation in the future. So both scenarios are bullish in my opinion, based on what we can see right here in front of us. So hopefully this gives you an idea in numbers of what you can expect. Alright, that's it from me today. Thank you for sticking around and listening to everything I had to say. Now, before I finalize the video, I want to share 2 more things. One, again, just a reminder, the public pre-sale customized DeFi Ascension link is in the description below. If you do decide to use it, please come out to the community and share your thoughts on the protocol. And again, if you use it, you're gonna have incentives into the future. Just keep in mind that this is happening. Now, and I'm gonna share whatever comes up on the Telegram channel like I mentioned. Now I also want to share my personal strat in regards to the protocol itself going forward. Now I plan to contribute about 1000 BUSD. That would give me 1250 tokens at the price of 80 cents per token in the public pre-sale, and I intend to split this 3 ways: single asset staking, LP staking, and keep some liquid DAIL into my wallet, because I anticipate a price appreciation, hopefully to $3, but again, this is speculation on my part based on future anticipated demand. Whenever that happens, I plan to sell, bag up some BUSD that is calculated after tax, wait for a pullback, and then buy more DAIL tokens and add up to my positions here. Single asset LP staking, perhaps more weighted towards LP staking because it gives more APY in return, and using my future rewards and keep those DAIL token on the side, again, to recycle the process and perhaps put more into future farms and pools, because I anticipate they're gonna bring out cooler stuff into the future. So let's see how this pans out. I also want to say that a sub to the channel would be terrific. It really helps us, new content creators around the block, to dish out better, more valuable content to everyone and expose this word we love the most to more people. So I thank you and appreciate you in advance for doing so. And as always, take care of your finances and trade responsibly. This was Roy with DeFi Ascension. Thank you for watching.